Join us.
I like that intro. I've never seen that one before. That's seasonal, isn't it? Like pumpkin spice.
Yeah, Nat actually made that for us for this time of season, for spooky season.
I love
I
it.
had a feeling it looked familiar.
Very scary, very scary.
I was gonna say, Nat, you should know. You made it.
Yeah,
It'd be funny if he's like, "Wait, what? Who made that?"
No, it just sounded different.
It did sound different, but to me, it sounds completely different because my computer is giving me the middle fingers.
Oh no. Well, you know what to do. I already told you. You have like very specific instructions.
Yeah, I got it. Don't worry. If
All
computers
right,
disappear sometime in the next couple of days, things happen.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's just bad luck for someone. Good luck for someone else.
All right, folks, this is the Written Writ. You have here to my left, right, left, I don't know, whatever, Lee, Phil, and down below is Mata Sorcier and Mr. Nathan.
Hello.
Hello. What's happening?
Hello.
And we are getting ready for New York Comic Con.
We are?
We are.
It seems like 3 of you are getting ready, and 2 of us are staying home and sleeping.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Nat's like, I've been working for 7 days, Ralph. I'll see you later.
Aw.
I am tired.
So Phil,
wait, I'm gonna be 51 tomorrow. Don't tell me about tired.
Oh boy.
I forget your birthday is usually on the Comic-Con weekend.
Yeah, it's fun. It's cool when I get to spend my birthday there.
Just remember, you're only as old as your knees make you feel.
Exactly.
Well, my knees say I'm 106, but my head and my heart and my wife say I'm 12. So.
Oh.
See, it's not my knees. It's just the soles of my feet.
Oof. That's
Those are
rough.
bad too.
New sneakers, new shoes. That's all.
Pretty much.
Insoles.
Yeah.
Nice cushy ones.
We can all use some souls.
Yeah, some of us just don't have that.
Yeah.
See,
you know, you make deals with people and stuff happens.
You need a sacrifice.
Wait, you actually made a deal? I just lost mine somewhere.
Yeah.
Pretty sure mine just fell in the toilet at one
Oh, you
point.
meant my soul. I thought you meant other people's soul. Sorry. So Phil, let me. You got a Kickstarter going, and you're going to Comic-Con. Do you think it will be easier to get people to your Kickstarter because you're going to Comic-Con, or do you think it'll be more difficult?
Honestly, I don't think it's ever easy for small indie publishers like us. Comic-Con or not, it doesn't matter. You hustle, you bleed, you sweat, you claw, you scream, you cry. I'm not selling a comic. I'm selling trust. They need to trust that their money is going to something quality. And until I make a name for myself or get enough followers, I'm really working hard to get that trust. So Comic-Con or not, I mean, Comic-Con will present an opportunity because I have a cool dude handing out flyers all weekend. But you know, it's an opportunity to try to get to more people in a condensed time. But you know, like internet, you can get eyes on something. It doesn't mean they're going to pull the trigger. You know, they're not going to do anything. You gotta lure them in. You got to entice them, make them feel like their hard-earned money is worth it. You know. And
you're right. It gets so frustrating sometimes because you know, I know you've done the whole thing where you put some money into like some advertisement and you get a lot of eyes and you get a lot of new followers, but you don't get a lot of.
But you lose a lot of money.
Exactly.
Yeah, listen, I did a Facebook. I haven't done Facebook ads in a while. I won't anymore. But the one I did, I had 12,000 people like the post and not one backer. And I wonder how much of those are bots, you know, and or people that aren't my demographic, you know, because there's no way to quantify what Facebook is doing with that ad. I mean, you can't even quantify if they're counting the same person every time they see it. You know what I mean?
I think they do actually.
So do I.
I feel like I've tested that before, and it's like, you know, just looking at my own thing on a different account and then seeing like the views go up, and I'm like, that's not right.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. It's suspect to me. They don't give you a breakdown really that makes any sense. I mean, It is what it is.
It's gotten worse over the past 3 years too, I
Mhm.
gotta say. Like, it's just been going downhill. Like, you're not getting as much metrics as you used to. You can't target like the same kind of audiences like you used to. Like, I dabbled with it in like 2020, I want to say, and like I got okay results as far as getting like mailing list signups, but like as far as that went, like maybe it helped me in my first Kickstarter, maybe it didn't, but like I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like I advertise my mailing list and not the Kickstarter itself because it's like, if people see an ad for a Kickstarter from someone they don't know, it's like
Right.
they're not.
I also think your money doesn't go as far with those ads as it used to. You know, it doesn't reach as many people, and
No, it doesn't. And I've always had the issue of like, right, people just clicking like a like and that was it. And I was doing this like, I don't know, for many years already with those ads, and I never really got that far. It's just better to capture somebody's information and then just send that email and just saying,
Sure.
and just be like, hey, you know, this is what we're doing, go check it out. At least that's could capture that person's information. And
you know, you can quantify where your marketing is going because it's going
Yeah.
straight to your demographic. I agree.
yeah.
You know, I was just gonna make a point and I lost it. Jesus, I'm getting old. I'm getting senile.
You're joining the force here because
Oh,
I
you
do
have
it
no
all the
idea.
time.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. This is the biggest problem I think in the indie community that we face. I have 150 to 200 people that will come in right away and back my books. They read them, they love everything I do, which I appreciate greatly. But no one's talking about the books. No one's talking and creating a buzz. Like, we'll talk about that crappy She-Hulk show or something else, and we'll just talk and talk. Whether it's negative or positive,
Right.
you'll see post after post after post about Moon Knight or Ben Kenobi or whatever, good, bad. But there's a buzz created.
Yeah.
But there's never a buzz created for any indie books. There's some really good ones out there, and they'll message me and say, dude, I read it, it was really good. And I'm like, thank you so much. But now go make a post. Go
Right.
start a conversation,
Talk about it.
Yeah, I'm like, you have officially joined a cult, so like, please spread the word. That's always what I tell people. Like,
I like
this is a
that.
cult now.
That's a
We're
good
gonna
one.
run. We're gonna get all our friends involved. They're gonna join the cult. It's gonna be great.
Well, it's funny you say that because of the cult. If you look at like Brian Polito and you look at Billy Tucci and all them, they have, and Ethan Van Sciver, they have a name for their fans.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
Billy calls them the Tucci Troopers, Van Sciver, the Comic Skate, and what does Polito call them again? My not my fallen. I forgot, but he has a name for him for his group too. So it is really cult-like.
And I mean, they also have these like personalities that are very like cult leaderish, especially with the Comics Gate thing. Like, people will just blindly follow what they say. Like,
Yeah.
they could say like, apples are blue, and everyone will be like, apples are blue, they're blue, it's all a lie, and like
Ah.
that's that sort of cult leader mentality, and like I don't know how to harness that. I got to figure that out.
Yeah, people like to follow winners and people that succeed. There's celebrity worship, right? It doesn't
Yep.
matter and I'm not implying that anybody specifically, but it doesn't matter if your content really isn't all that good. But if you've somehow achieved some sort of fame and success, or you have the appearance of having made a lot of money doing what you do, they'll come in droves and follow because they want to feel like they belong to something bigger than them.
Yeah, I mean, I call that mentality like, all right, prove to me that you're not drowning, and then I'll pull you out of the water, sort of. You know what I mean? Where it's like, like at the time where you actually need the help, like nobody's really jumping in to say like, hey, this looks like
I
a
was
great
just talking
thing.
about this. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's only when you finally, I don't know, hit like the 20,000 mark on Kickstarter, and like people are like, oh, hey, this is like super successful. It's making a lot of money. Let me give it more money. And I'm like,
Right.
Yep.
hey, please, like, I'm a broke artist from the Bronx. I don't know how much longer I can do this. And like, it doesn't work.
Yeah, people follow trends. They follow what they consider to be successful. They celebrity worship, and it's always been in the DNA of the human race, I guess, and until you hit some landmark, like you said, that tells them, I'm that guy, you're just going to struggle and flounder no matter what, no matter what you've got going on, even if it's great content.
Yep. It's rough out here, dude.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
I mean, you hear this stuff all the time with like actors and filmmakers that they've been working on stuff for 10 years and then they get discovered. And it's like, where were you back then? You know, when I need
Yeah.
that, you know,
Oh, I love it.
living at the motel. You
I
know?
love it when it's like also they treat the person as like someone new and fresh that just emerged when they've
Overnight
literally
success. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that happened with like Lizzo or something where it's like she had just been doing her thing for like 15 years and then all of a sudden like she gets one hit and everyone's like, "Oh, overnight sensation." Like, "Nah, girl worked her ass off." Like, come on.
Exactly.
Right, exactly. But you
Yeah,
know,
people never see the grind,
No.
you know, because you know why? They weren't looking at you.
Of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
They also want it to be easy so that they can accomplish it.
Right.
yeah.
People want to
Everyone
believe in an overnight success.
Yep.
You're right.
Because it's easy, because that's what people want. They want to be successful overnight. They don't want to put in the hard work.
I agree.
Right, all the social influencers, right? No hard work, just a photograph and put it
Oh
on
my
Exactly.
god. You'd
Let
be
me tell you
surprised how
something.
hard it is. It's hilarious.
Influencers to me are the biggest scam going
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
all they do is become well known because they ride the coattails of famous people who have done more. And when you're a little guy like me and you ask one of these big influencers, "Hey, would you have me on to promote?" and they say no because you're not going to get me enough views, and that just happened this week. What are you influencing? You're not influencing anything. You're talking about what everybody's already talking about. You're using a big name to get your platform recognized,
Yeah.
but you're not influencing it, because if you really were an influencer, you'd be taking the little guy that needs that following and helping them build that following by giving them the attention.
Mr.
why
Phil,
Ralph is
are
here.
you calling us and Izzyverse influencer shills? Even
No.
though we have been
Now,
labeled
Izzy-
famous local influencers.
Izzy's not big enough to be an influencer. He's small school. No, I'm just playing. I like
Aw.
Izzy.
These influencer passes I'm holding in my hand would say otherwise.
No, I'm talking about the seriously. I'm talking about the
Well,
the
yeah,
guys
you're
that
talking about
have the
influencers.
over 100,000 to 300,000. You know, I mean, you got your Ripperverse, you've got Critical Drinker, you got all these guys, but they're not really doing anything to lift anybody else up. You know.
It's funny that you say this, Phil. I was talking to somebody recently, and we were going back and forth, and he was telling me that he went to this event with a bunch of the influencers, and he posted up his thing. He told people to go check it out, and he was watching the feeds to see when everybody else was going to post their stuff, because it's a Halloween event. And he was like, well, you need to post this because Halloween is right there around the corner, so you want people to start heading towards this event now. And he's telling me that he was the only one that posted, and all the influencers were waiting, because he had asked the company what had happened, and he found out that the influencers were waiting for Halloween Eve to post it up, because in influencing world, you post it in a certain point and you get the most bang, but that doesn't help anybody except for
Nope.
yourself.
Yeah, it just helps
Right.
you get more views because you're following like the trend at the time, as opposed to like directing people to. Oh my, that's so scummy.
Well, because
In that
influencers just don't want
regards,
to
you
work
need
a
to
day
look at the
job.
algorithm. Because when you're trying to use it as the form of making your living, if you're not following the date and times, then there's no point in really doing it, because you lose
Right.
a lot of that crowd.
Right.
A lot of
That
times for
becomes
us,
your
when
job.
we would,
Yeah.
so that's why when we used to do day releases, well, in all honesty, it was most likely me doing same day releases. I would stay up until about maybe 3 a.m. editing videos, because if I didn't get those videos out within, like, say, the convention week, like our Comic-Con videos, if they weren't out Comic-Con week, nobody watched them.
Right.
Well, yeah, it goes with the trend, and that's where the
Yeah.
algorithm, like you're saying, kind of just moves around, right? So that's where the most popularity, all the hashtags and all the other stuff. But in general, social media is it's a full-time job in the first place.
It is.
How much
Yep.
most of us have day jobs or something, and so like how often are you posting? Every couple of hours? I'm hoping, trying to figure out what time's the best time to post this certain, thing.
Well, there's
Right.
apps already designed for that will give you when to post and what to post about and what topics you should be doing in regards
Oh,
to
really?
content.
Oh yeah, there are
Like-
apps that help you do that. Yeah.
Yeah, like you just feed it your channel and what your interests are, and then you can get a sheet of times on what you should be posting and what's trending. And you'll even
wow, I
get
didn't know.
notifications if something starts blowing up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Here's a funny thing. I jump on TikTok, but I use it more as a make a promo and then go walk away. But I've been listening to what the TikTokers are saying and all this stuff. And on TikTok, the algorithm has been set up now so that if you post a lot of videos in a row, it works against you.
Yeah.
So now what they want you to do is post, wait 2 hours, at least 2 hours, post the next video, wait another 2 hours, post the next video, and then they want you to post at least 4 videos, 3 to 4 videos a day. So now you got to sit there, post these videos.
I got time for that shit.
Right, full-time job.
Well, Facebook will consider you a spammer if you post too much during the day, and they start to shadow ban you.
Yep. Dude,
Instagram too, actually. If you use the same hashtags too much, they'll shadow ban you for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, first they'll block your hashtags because they do it to us all the time. Like I'm at a convention and I'm putting up all these videos for all these people, and all of a sudden Instagram is like, well, you've used too many hashtags. I'm like, you used too many hashtags?
Like, isn't that what your platform is for?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. It's the son of Saint. Look at that pretty face, Phil Russertt. I think Phil is frozen.
Oh, I thought he just had like the most nonchalant deadpan reaction. He was just like, yeah, I get that all the time.
Phil's like, I'm tired of these influencer talks. Get back to my comic book.
He put a cardboard cutout of himself there and he left.
Pretty mouth.
Oh, we can hear him.
Okay, we can hear him. We can't see him, but we can hear him. Phil, you good?
I'm frozen.
Yeah.
I'm frozen.
Oh, no. Just let it go, Phil.
Son of Saint is like, I was gonna say, damn, Phil's gonna curse me out.
What the hell happened?
That's so funny.
It's one of the problems. Oh, okay. I was gonna tell you, Phil. Sometimes when you're on the
That
phone,
was weird.
it does weird things. I should know because sometimes I have to be on the phone and do the show.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to go off my phone instead of my computer tonight.
No, don't worry about it. StreamYard is supposed to allow for this stuff. It's supposed to be used through your phone, but
technology, what is it?
Angel's still going.
Oh dear.
Fine. He's got a pretty mouth.
Happy birthday, legend.
All right, Phil. Before we lose you again, let's start showcasing your Kickstarter here. Let me put it up. Tragedy. There it goes.
What is tragedy, Mr. Phil?
My life. No.
Relatable.
Yeah, everybody's life these days.
I feel like it's a perfect title, Phil, because everybody can understand that life is tragedy.
Well, I mean, I had this vision of the aesthetic of this character a while, several years ago. I didn't think anything of it, but she had the tragedy theater mask, and I got really sick, as you guys know, some of you know, and I was bedridden for 6 weeks. I was in the hospital for a week, and it was pretty serious. And I just started writing, and the story was starting to tell itself, and she was this female protagonist that she's a little bit of everybody in her, all of us that can relate to. And she's leading this life that she doesn't want. And she had her life and her innocence stolen from her. And she's struggling with an abusive relationship where she's trying to appease an adoptive father that she knows doesn't love and respect her. But the more she tries to get that love and respect, the more she hates herself. And she's just, how many times have we wanted to just go in a fetal position and not face the day? We don't want to face the day, but she has
every morning.
Yeah. And she's an Irish assassin, so she's doing some horrible stuff, and she's risking her life. And, that's the human part of it. But then you look at the comic book part, and I have, big 9-10 page fights. There's assassins, and there's metahumans, and there's vengeful cyborgs, and there's magic and mysticism. So the quick Netflix pitch is, if you took Boondock Saints, Big Trouble in Little China, Kill Bill, and John Wick, and you threw it in a blender, and then you threw in some Filbo, that's what you get. And Chuck Dixon, Peter David, and Howard Mackey say it's a well-written book, which is, man, that's like fanboying for me.
Exactly.
But I always tell people, you can hear me say it's well written, but until you actually take the plunge and buy it, you can't tell me I'm wrong.
That's true.
So I dare you to go buy it and tell me.
I like the elevator
that.
pitch.
I gotta steal that.
You're welcome to.
Excellent. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You can't tell me if it's good or bad or anything until you read it yourself and you decide. And I think you'll like it. But you know, you got to take a look. We have a $6 PDF. We have a 280-page book, and you can get the PDF for $20.
Yeah.
For 280 pages. You're not going to find that anywhere. And we've got artists. And by the way, you'll get the Bill Sienkiewicz cover with the PDF. So, you know, a lot of people give you PDF coverless. I don't. I give you the cover. I try to make it worth your money because I believe in this book. But I need you to believe in this book. So go pick up a $20 PDF. Give it a shot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Dude, I see you because I know you were working your ass off to reach 5,000, and I can see that you reached it. You're at 5,006.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a collected trade, so there are people that have been very loyal and back the first 5 issues that don't feel the need to get the trade despite all the extras, and I get that, and I understand, and I thank them for supporting the issues, and they'll be back with issue 6. So I knew that a collected trade is a little bit of a harder sell because you're not really, you know, I'm not doing a George Lucas. I'm not repackaging the same thing and saying spend the same money on it. There's added content. There's a manga, 40-issue manga that I put on the back of this. There's posters, there's fan art, there's sketch cover galleries, there's a Chuck Dixon intro, there's a foreword by me, there's fan art, there's a letters page. I mean, there's so much going on, and we just added that new cover to the manga by Ava Schrager.
That's a nice piece.
Yeah, she's a Kubert School student. She's a really nice person, very talented. I highly recommend working with her. She's very professional, very affordable, and you can see she does beautiful work. So I work with big names in the industry. I also work with some great indie people because to me, it's not about prestige. It's about working with people you want to work with, people that you enjoy their art. And just making the best product possible. I want to be taken seriously. I want people to look at a Philbo book and say with confidence, all right, I know that's going to be at least quality product.
Dude, this Sean Chen one, it has had my eye.
It went fast, but I do have 3 more. They're going to have Breath of the Dragon on them, though. And one of them, anybody who's pledged $80 or more on this campaign, I'm going to enter your name to win a free Sean Chen variant with a remark of that quality and his signature. And it's on me. Shipping is on me too.
Sean did a beautiful job with this.
Yeah, you know, Sean's a friend of mine. He's a wonderful human being. And I asked him, I said, look, you know, don't do just a loose sketch. I want it detailed. I want a damn good piece of art. And he's like, no problem. He did 5 of them.
He did a damn good piece of art. That looks beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I can see this as a cover on its own.
I know, right? Well, you know, he did the one cover for issue 1. I'll get him on again eventually. I've been trying to, there's so many artists I want to work with, you know? And that's a rare black and white, limited to 10, Bill Sienkiewicz, not black and white, a glow-in-the-dark cover. And if any, did you got your glow in the dark, right, Raphael?
Oh,
from the
I
last
definitely got my glow in the dark. I even made a video with it.
Oh, did you? How bright was that thing in the dark? Holy crap! It's like a nightlight.
I love how bright it is because it made doing the video easy.
Yeah, it was a nightlight. Well, this is going to be just as bright, but it's, you know, legendary Bill Sienkiewicz. I mean, the guy's a titan in the industry, you know, and it's not easy to get him to do a cover for you. So.
No, it's not.
So limited to 10, I think 3 or 4 people backed. We have like 6 left. So, and when I limit stuff, I don't say limited to 10 and then order 3 or 4 extra in case of damages or whatever. I just order 10 to keep its value. If whatever reason someone got one damaged, then I'll reorder that one for that person and they get to keep both. But, you know, some people say limited, but it's not always limited. And I don't play those games. So.
I've seen it where people order extra ones just in case damage happens, and then they go off and sell them somewhere.
Exactly, and that's why I don't do that. I'll only reorder if someone's is damaged, and I'll reorder that one for them. You know, if I'm gonna purposely limit it to 10 and increase its value because of that rarity that I made, then I should honor that.
So is this the glow in the dark here, or is this the glow in the dark?
No, the black and white is the glow in dark.
Okay, because this looks badass.
That's the studio cover. I got the book right here.
Hold on, I'll put you up so you can show it off.
We go.
Now,
Boom.
there are 4 editions to this book. There are 4 editions to this book. That's the standard. It's 220 pages. I'll get into what's in there in a minute. And it's, look, the artwork is professional. It's a beautiful looking book. Then I did a writer's contest, and I picked 2 winners actually, and they got 10-page previews in. One is Vaughn Coleman's Land of the Lawless. So there's the Land of the Lawless version, which is this standard book with 10-page Land of the Lawless book, his first published work. Then there's the Apollo version, which is Kevin Stewart's book, which is a 10-page preview of Apollo. And then there's the 4th edition, which is the deluxe. That's 280 pages. That has this tragedy content. It has both 10-page previews, and it has the new 40-page manga on the back. And the way I did it was, you read the book the normal Western style. When you get to the back, that's the manga going back the other way, Japanese style. So I wanted to honor and respect true manga. They have a very loyal and dedicated fan base that
they do.
that Western comics used to have until they started writing like shit. And manga, every time I go to a store, I talk to people who are looking at the manga section to pick their brain, and they love the character development and the characterizations, the different storytelling, but they're very specific how it has to be, you know, right to left, and the styles, and I respect that. So we did our best to make sure that we stay true to that manga.
Dude, this looks wow.
Well, here's the funny thing. That's Chris Bachalo, famous for X-Men and a bunch of other stuff. That's not the cover. That's a rough. That's a rough.
Oh, wow.
I asked him. He's been really slow because he's been busy. I think he's doing some Marvel books. And I said, well, is that what the cover is going to be? He said it's going to be a lot cleaner, a lot tighter, and a lot nicer. But yeah, that'll be a good representation of the cover. So that's a promo. That's not the cover. It's going to be, the cover's going to be 10 times better.
I got to admit, this looks badass as it is.
I always love the vibes of like rough sketches.
Exactly.
Like sometimes I prefer the rough sketches over the actual like finished polished work, because like the sketches usually have like more energy to them, if that makes sense.
Yeah. They're raw. You know, I was thinking of making prints of these to go along with the Bachalo cover when it comes in, you know, so you get both. I thought that'd be cool.
So, Son of Saint has a question. He's asking you.
I don't give a shit what he has to say.
Maybe you have, but out of curiosity, have you tried reaching out to local comic shops to carry tragedy? I know the answer to this, but go ahead, Phil.
I've been in comic shops all over New York, in Phoenix, in Connecticut, etc. Here's the problem: when you're doing a crowdfunded book and it's coming out every 3 to 5 months, the first week they'll give your book the shelf, and then it gets buried because nobody is expecting book 2 for a long time. I mean, delayed books hurt Image, and they were superstars. What do you think it's going to do to a nobody like me? So that's a temporary thing. But I will be going through distribution soon enough, and I'll be in comic stores all over the country. I have my plan. I have my schedule. So keep an eye out for that. But whether it's Diamond and or Lunar, I will be going through distribution.
He also says such a dope piece. Talking about this one here, and Phil gets
back at Angel.
Phil gets some damn good covers, I must say.
He's saying that because Angel has 2 covers with me.
And then he's answering you when you're talking about the comic stores. Damn, that sucks.
Well, I'll give you an example. There's a big comic store out here in Suffolk County. They're nice people. They put my books out. I sold 19 books from a Thursday to a Tuesday, so it wasn't even Wednesday. I sold 19 books, but because they know that number 2 is not coming out for a long time, they wound up burying the rest that were there. There was only like 6 more, but they buried them. So
That's terrible.
And it's hard to keep track of it. Some want to do consignment, some buy them outright.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to keep track of who's sold what and who's done what, and so it's a tough thing.
Oh my God, look at this.
David Mack, he's big. He wrote Daredevil. He did covers for Daredevil. He created Echo. He's worked on movies. He's big. These 3 guys are titans in the industry.
This is a beautiful piece.
And, I have to say that they didn't phone it in. They could have easily just phoned it in, but they gave me what they would have given Marvel or DC. So I'm very, very appreciative of that.
They do look like very professional covers.
I may be a small guy, but you go big or you go home.
Damn
I
right.
gotta admit, I always like the simple covers that you do, or that you have on the books. And this is such a beautiful, simple cover right here.
Yeah, Kenny Calderon, who did the manga. Yeah, he did a wonderful job. And look, the prices are low. You can get the 280-page physical book for only $55. People are like, what are you doing? You should be selling it for $70. No, I don't want to do that. Look, my print run is expensive, but we all know we're not making money on this right now. I mean, as long as I'm not losing money, which thank God I'm not. I made some good money last year. This year's been a little tough, but as long as I'm not losing money, I just want the fans to get a book that they can enjoy. I want them to look forward to reading comics again, because I'm not really big on what's out there right now, and I'm the kind of guy that if I don't like the way something's being done, I do it myself. That's what made me start running my conventions, right, Raphael? And that's why I became an art rep, and that's why I started publishing books, because this is a shit that saved me from a crappy childhood, and I don't want to see it die to nonsense.
I gotta admit, I loved your conventions because they were just bare bones comic conventions.
Comics and art, and I had major artists, indie artists. We had the last show had 82 artists there, and we had everybody from Jim Steranko and Adam Kubert to Chris Madd and a local guy, the local people. It's about the medium. It's not about any celebrity status for me. It's not about having a big name. Like, I'm an art collector. I have art from everybody that I love. Some of them are big names because I just happen to love their work, and a lot of them are independent guys that are struggling to make do, but they're every bit as talented. It's about the love for the medium, and it really shouldn't be about anything else.
Dude, these covers just look beautiful.
They look great.
And
the prices are pretty cheap.
Look, I mean, I understand I'm the creator. I'm biased. We all think this. I do think this campaign should be a lot more than it is, but it's a tough economy. It's a tough time of year before the holidays and school's starting, and people are buying school supplies out the yin yang, and there's just so many other, Kickstarter's inundated and flooded now with content. But if you want professional, if you want a quality story, you want characters written with heart that you can relate to, then this book's for you, because I grew up on loving Rocky and rooting for the characters. You feel their pain and you experience and you enjoy their triumph. And that's the stuff I miss in storytelling. And in order for you to really root for tragedy, she has to suffer. She has to lose. She can't win all the time. And, why do we love Empire Strikes Back? Because the bad guys kick their ass.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the redemption in Return of the Jedi all the more better, to see Luke come back, to see Han come back. I mean, we all struggle every day. Life kicks us in the teeth every day. And you have two choices: smile or die. And we all choose to smile, right? We get up and we keep fighting. And even when we want to quit, even when we're frustrated and we're like, life just sucks and it's not fair, we keep fighting. Well, that's what I write about. The stuff that matters. How a hero's strength is not that they accomplish everything or that they beat everything. It's that when they get on that knee and they feel like quitting, and it would be so easy to lay down and just say goodnight, they don't. They get up, they face adversity, and they say, what else you got?
Yeah, right there with you.
We need more of that in comics again. We've gone away from that. You know, I don't personally give a shit about a story about Captain Marvel talking to Miss Marvel about guys, you know, hitting on her in Facebook DM. I'm sorry, that's not engaging for me. And I don't care about silly activism. Just give me good quality comics with characters that I can relate to, that I can go, man, I feel that. I feel what they're going through. I know it's not real, but I feel that because it was real for me. You know, that's who you root for at the end of the day.
Yeah. So Son of Saint says, listen, not because I'm friends with Phil or anything, but reading issue 1 of Tragedy will completely suck you into the storytelling. It's brilliant, even if Phil is writing it.
I couldn't expect
I
it to
had to
be a
say
full
something in there.
look, I'll take the front and the back of the hand. It's okay.
So Phil, this
Thanks.
is one of the things you were talking about here, right? Land of the Lawless.
Yeah, that's Vaughn Coleman's Land of the Lawless. He was one of the contest winners. I wanted to do a contest for writers because nobody ever takes care of writers, and it's hard. An artist, they struggle, but at least they put their art out, and you can look at it in 3 seconds and say, yes, I like it. No, I don't. But a writer, you have to buy their book to find out, you know?
Yeah.
So I did a writer's contest for somebody who's never done a Kickstarter. Nobody has a following. My Kickstarters aren't huge, but I've done 13 grand and almost 300 backers. So it's decent, you know? And I thought, if I could do this to help somebody to start getting a following, so when they do launch their Kickstarter for book 1 of Land of the Lawless, maybe some of these backers follow them over there and they can start off with some sort of following, because no one's helping us. The big two don't give a shit about us. The system is structured for them to win and us to lose. Fans aren't clamoring for us. They'll buy the same garbage from big names, but God forbid they support a nobody. So if we don't help each other, who's going to help us?
Yeah, it's like we like to say.
And that's Apollo by Kevin Stewart, who drew it and wrote it. And I have to tell you, he looks like.
Did we lose Phil?
That's right.
Like
You guys have always been great. Thank you. And Apollo is not just a Superman archetype.
I gotta admit, this looks beautiful.
Yeah, Apollo, it looks like a Superman archetype. He's not. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we could hear you.
Can you hear me? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got you.
He's probably delayed.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, Phil has a delay.
Yeah, there's a delay.
Tragedy. There we go. I love the way this thing looks. It kind of reminds me of you know, like a supplement for a role-playing game.
Yeah, right. The manga will have the full cover on the back though.
Just beautiful stuff. Look at this. Oh.
Kenny Calderon is the illustrator.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And Breath of the Dragon has a power no one's ever used before, at least not in Western comics.
You're really giving a lot in this Kickstarter.
Yeah, I'm trying to give everybody their money's worth. I know people work hard at jobs they don't like, and some of them, they're lucky if they make $10 to $15 an hour. And I get that I'm asking you to work a couple of hours just to buy the book. So it better damn well be worth it for you. You know, if you're going to go bust your hump at a job you're not happy with, I want you to at least know that I appreciate that. I appreciate your hard-earned money, and I appreciate the sacrifices you make so that you can buy my book, and I want it to be worth it to you. You can be successful with integrity.
Here goes the dynamics.
Yeah, Rob Powers. That's if you took the Incredibles and Power Pack and then threw in some different stuff. That's that.
Here goes Withered.
That is not just typical angels versus demons. It's what do you call it? Yeah, Kickstarter. For some reason, the new system is knocking out pictures. But anyway,
Okay.
time is not a construct of the human mind. It's not a measurement. It is actually this malevolent, omnipotent being that has imprisoned God and is slowly satiating itself off of our life essence over the 80 or 90 years we live. That's why we grow old, we wither, and we die. And that's why the world isn't perfect, because God's not in charge.
Good story. Again, beautiful art.
How long does it take you to write a book?
Good
Like
question.
the 230-page one, right?
Well, this was 5 issues collected into one trade, but one 30-page story, I literally write the whole script in about anywhere from 5 to 8 hours. I just sit down and write it.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, Phil's amazing.
Yeah, Sean Chen hates me.
I was about to say the same thing. I was like, as a writer, I look at Phil and go, "What the hell, man?"
Yeah, I just wrote Tragedy Chapter 29 yesterday.
How much editing do you do when you look at it and re-edit, or like it's just like 8 hours, I'm done, here it is?
I do 8 hours and then it's just copy edit. I really don't change anything. I mean, I have beta readers that I trust will be honest with me. I don't like placaters. That doesn't make you better. And before I copy edit, I'll just send the book and say, you know, obviously don't worry about the grammar and everything. What do you think of the story? Any plot holes? Is the dialogue good? Is the pacing good? And they usually tell me everything's fine. Once in a blue moon, someone will say, well, maybe this dialogue didn't make sense or whatever, and I'll look at it and I'll either agree or I'll just say, no, I leave it. But honestly, it's really just copy editing that I go back and do.
That's impressive.
And by the way, I have those right here.
Oh, that's right. You got them.
They're launching on Halloween, The Diary of Dread. You can click that link and you can sign up. That would really be great. This is a 152-page magazine, black and white version and color. It is horror in the vein of Tales from the Crypt and Creep Show. And a lot of people, I've had a lot of beta readers. 2 of them worked on Creep Show, and they said it was really good. And it's adult content. It's not for children, but it's horror. 5 full stories that I wrote, and a 10-page story by Charles Santino, who wrote for Marvel in the 90s. He wrote Conan. And then there's an interview with Tom Mandrake, who co-created Black Mask, the Batman villain. And this is the book in black and white. This is the book in color. Yeah. Well, you know, there's only 2 types of comics that do well in black and white. That's horror and noir. Yeah. And I want to give the traditionalists the black and white.
Yeah.
Well, I mean in Western. I'm sorry, in Western comics. But horror fans love black and white, so I wanted to give true horror fans what they want. But then the average reader likes color, so that's why I did both versions.
True, but
and that launched on October 31st. What's that? What's that?
You grew up with the black and white one.
Yeah. But it launches on October 31st. If anybody likes horror, I think you'll like this too. We have everything. We have family-friendly books. We have books that are more for older teens. We have horror books for adults. I have my prose book, which is spiritual, which a lot of people have actually really liked and been touched by. It's actually where Withered starts. So we got a little something for everybody, and we're doing our best.
Yeah, there it is. I knew I was already following, so you know, as we like to say here, always click on the thing and make sure you're notified to be to know when it starts, because it actually helps the project. Sometimes it can become a project we love just on how many people are following you. Yeah,
again, I I do have a loyal readership fan base. I'm very grateful to them. They trust me. They like my work. They look forward to my work. And I greatly appreciate it. Oh no, I'm losing you.
Uh-oh.
My phone is dying.
We need to charge
You're
it.
uncharging? Yeah, he uncharged.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Phil's gone. This is the other book that he's gonna be adding on soon. It's I think if I remember right, Phil wrote this about his father, and he's trying to get it done. So he, I think his father's sick right now, and he wants to get it to his father before if it goes bad.
Oh, that's super sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, Phil's like completely gone there.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Phil has left the studio.
Exactly. I guess we'll find out in a minute if the phone died, what happened.
It's all just a tragedy.
Exactly. See?
Oh, there you go. That's funny.
Bringing it
It's all
full
just
circle.
There he
illusion.
dropped.
That way we
So,
can
folks-
have Lee talk about his stuff.
Yeah. So just to wrap this up here, folks. Tragedy, go support it. It is at 5,006. 84 backers, 14 days to go. Come on, let's get him up to 6,000, 7,000. Come on. I mean, we can do this.
Dude, printing trade paperbacks are expensive. Get it to like 10.
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
still in debt from my trade paperback run. It's not pretty.
And then people always think that Kickstarter people are charging what they're supposed to have. No, we charge under.
Yeah, dude, I want people to like read my stuff. I don't want to like deter them from
Exactly.
reading anything.
What do you mean you don't want to charge us 18,000? Of course we'll understand.
That is funny.
That's the actual price it usually costs people.
It is. So Lee, this weekend on Saturday at New York Comic Con at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, we shall be doing the radio play for Designated. You want to tell them a little bit about it?
Yeah, sure. So it's Mark Torres' book. Like you said, he created the book. It's about what's it about? It's about two alien races that are at war with each other, and the war spills out onto Earth, and a bunch of I guess people get some special powers. So it's actually kind of cool. So he's been working on that book, I think, for 30 years, he said, or something like that. So he finally got it done. And we kind of just started doing like a video kind of Zoom play first. Right. So we kind of started that way. I was like, because he was like, oh, how do I promote the book? How do I get it out there? And I'm like, well, you do have a podcast or a radio show, and you do a Zoom version of it. So let's try out get some actors together and do a Zoom and record it and put some music to it and everything. And then at that point, he's like, oh, well, I think I got a connection at the East Meadow Library, and we went and did an MCon, I think, over there.
Yeah, we did MCon. That was a lot of fun. I had to jump in to replace somebody, and I had a blast.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I'm glad that you jumped in and everything, and and now you're with us again at the Comic-Con. So
he's just too powerful,
Yeah.
The voice
Yes.
is very powerful.
The voice is strong.
Oh, I appreciate that, guys. Even some of saying, he's like, Raph, can I have your autograph? I love voiceovers. I love voice acting. This is just like right up my alley. And I love radio, and the old radio plays were fantastic.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to do the radio play. Well, we're definitely doing the read for sure, and everybody's gonna, we got a lot of people involved. Patrick Devaney, Jerry Glennon, so, and Brian McKenna. They're all gonna help out. You, of course, and they're all gonna sit down and take a role. And Trauma from the guys from Toxic Avenger are helping present the show.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting, and they're gonna show about, I would say, 10 minutes worth of trailers of their stuff.
Yeah, so if you guys like Trauma, they're gonna be showing some interesting trailers right before we do our thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, and I
Will it
think
be giving us trauma?
what was that?
Will it be giving us trauma?
It will be giving you trauma. Yes, you probably
Trauma will be giving us trauma.
you'll get a little PTSD after the fact. But yeah, no, it's cool. And we got, I think, so Jen Feldy's also in it, and she actually is in, I think, one of the Trauma movies. So, and she's in
Yeah.
one of the trailers. So that's going to be pretty cool. You know.
Well,
So.
speaking of trauma, Son of Saint is over here trying to give me trauma. He's like, not gonna tell you what you're gonna be signing though. Oh my.
We're gonna be signing his bald head.
That would be kind of funny, actually.
He's gonna shave it all off just so we can sign it.
Oh yeah, the Toxic Avenger is going to be there too, and he's going to be doing some photos.
I was right. Toxie's gonna be there. He's
Cool.
gonna be having some fun and doing this thing. It should be a really interesting event. I gotta admit, I'm impressed that Mark got Trauma, but I know that he's had history with them. So
yeah, no, I think it's great. You know, it's gonna be so it's gonna be kind of fun. You know, I'm not really that familiar with Trauma movies. I know, like, from me is more
I
like
know them very well.
yeah, so like for me it's like, okay, Toxic Avenger back in the 80s,
Yeah.
and then like I think Class of Nukem High or something like
Exactly.
that, you know. So that was pretty, but everybody would talk about it when I was a kid. So it'd be like, oh my god, you see this movie? I'm like, yeah, and it's pretty cool, but you know, I didn't realize it kept on going and going and going for all these years, you know.
Oh, it did. It did. He's been busy. He's usually at New York Comic Con every year.
Oh, is that right? I didn't even know. Yeah, so
because I know Cadma, when she's there, always goes over to take pictures with him, because he always go, Cadma, how you doing?
Aw.
yeah, no, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's going to be you know, pretty cool, and I can't wait to see how this all unfolds, you know. One of those things we're just like constantly trying to, like, we're doing rehearsals now and everything, so you know,
that's been fun.
yeah, the rehearsal's fun, right? I mean, it's cool. Everybody gets together,
like a hangout, and you're reading comics, and
right, you get to hang out, read comics, and you know, and I don't know, he has a Kickstarter too, I think, or a crowdfunder he had, so you know, that's pretty cool to help with his book as well. So
Son of Saint is saying that I actually work for Gas Digital Network now, and Zach Amico has a show on there. He's done a bunch of Trauma movies. Wow.
Small world.
You work for a media company and didn't offer me a job?
Time to throw some hands.
Exactly.
Oh no.
He
also says we're gonna do great. We appreciate that.
You.
Yeah, thank you.
Son of Saint, I'm gonna find you.
Lee, I feel like Saturday is gonna be a blast. It's gonna be an interesting experience because it's not even just a regular panel. It's this thing, and I don't usually see radio plays done as panels.
Right, yeah, and that's the challenge. We're trying to figure out how to pull that one off. So
yeah,
I hope that comes back into style, because that's very cool. Like, I would love to go to a panel and see a radio play instead of, like, you know, some of the usual weird things they have at panels.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you guys don't see these much. They're like really popular in the anime convention scene.
Well, it makes sense in the anime convention scene because, you know, they're actually redoing. You know, I see it's the actors redoing some of the scenes from some of the things they've been in, right?
Sometimes, and then sometimes they just like a random person will pull out a scene from like a comic book or something and just say, all right, do this in the best way you can. And so you get people doing like Superman in different voices. So some people make Superman sound actually really nerdy, and then Wonder Woman sounds really like brolic. So like instead of like a smooth, seductive Wonder Woman, you get like, of course, Superman, I can do anything.
Oh man, that sounds fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah, and, that's coming for us.
And Son of Saints answering Matt here going, I barely get hired.
Well, it's funny. We have actors doing dual roles, so you know, I think we'll have a couple of different voices from them, so that should be pretty good.
It's always fun to see like the faces that people make while they're doing their voices. Especially if it's like, you know, they have to make a very specific voice, and then it's like the faces are always hilarious.
Yes, it's very fun to make funny faces while we have funny voices. But of course,
That would have worked better
don't
if you were on
know.
video there, Nat.
Yeah. I'm
It actually
imagining a
wouldn't
funny
because
face.
I'm actually not moving my face that much. That one's just entirely nasal with my tongue struck against the back.
And it's funny that you're saying that now because a lot of people don't realize that a lot of these when voiceover actors are doing their things, it's very animated. And every once in a while I get called out for my TikToks because I'm doing all this while I'm doing the TikTok.
You're very theatrical. I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
You are theatrical for
I
sure.
appreciate that. But that's because when you're doing voiceovers, you need your voice to do certain things, and the best way to do that is to actually do something while you're doing it.
You need a place for the energy to go. That's
Exactly.
what it is.
Yeah, you do have a lot of energy. I've seen it. It's kind of funny to see.
Turning that on is amazing to me. So
Yeah, like when I drive and I yell with passion and I do this, it really helps bring out the.
It's where all the
exactly.
energy goes. It's channeled into the tip of your finger. Yeah.
You're saying it right there, Phil. But that's the whole point. When we're talking, we're not just talking like this because then that sounds like we're reading. We're talking. We're animated. We're doing things.
Inflection, sure.
It's true.
So that's why it's going to be a lot of fun because you're going to be seeing a lot of people doing a lot of funny faces.
And gestures, lots of gesturing.
There'll be a lot of gesturing, a lot of reading. Yeah, I'm curious to see how it all comes together. It's one of those productions. I haven't done a live production in ages, so it's going to be fun to see how it comes together.
I like the last one at MCon, so this should be really interesting. Folks, if you guys are at New York Comic Con and you have your 6:30 free, go check us out at the panel. What are we in, room 408?
408, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, 6:30.
Is that tomorrow?
Saturday.
Oh, okay. Sorry, because my phone died. I missed all of that.
Saturday, October 14th at 6:30.
October 14th, designated the radio play. Room
Can
408.
Well,
can I come
the radio
shirtless?
is going to be at New York Comic Con at
here goes Mark Torres.
Saturday at 6 p.m. at room 403, I believe. I can't remember. I didn't write down, but I'm sure Lee will tell me where to go because I'll be too busy eating a chili dog and taking pictures of every single booth that I see. So yeah, don't forget to check out It Came From the Radio, the official sponsor of the Big Apple Con, and I'll see you all there.
Can I go topless and like paint myself half one color, half the other, and just start a wave or something?
Woo! Yeah, go for it.
Crazier the better. I've seen the trailers that we're going to see show from Troma, so the crazier the better.
I gotta admit, Phil, you're going to be competing against Troma, so you're going to have to like go all out there.
That's right.
Oh,
that's a cool concept, though. I wish you guys luck. I wish you well, and I'll be in the audience.
All right, cool. It's funny that you're saying that, Phil. I feel like more people should like have do readings of their comic books, because it's a lot of fun. I know we remember when we were kids, we would sit there, we would read the comics out loud for everybody. I know I did.
Yeah, I mean, I do it for the films, to do the table read for screenplays.
Exactly.
So it's actually pretty cool because you get to see like how somebody interprets it, and then like, oh, that's kind of an error in a way that the writing or something, and they want to change it around just to make it feel a little bit better and more realistic. So it's kind of a good way to like judge how something's going to come across before it's on film anyway. So I like the practice of it.
So do I. So, Sorcier.
Hi.
You've been here guest hosting and talking about all this beautiful stuff, that's why we like you as a guest host.
Thank you.
So now tell everybody what we got over here.
All right. Well, we've got an enamel pin set based off of original characters from my series, Sacrimony, A Tale of Love, Life, and Death, in no particular order. It's a fantasy story about a girl who died, but then she got better. And
I still love that.
there's a catch. The catch is that she came back to life with no memory of her past, and she now has demon wings that she has to hide from society.
I have to say, these pins look fantastic, because sometimes you find some sucky looking pins.
Ah.
But you really put the detail into these.
Yeah, I have a sample of a pin that I did like back in the day for Sacrimony 3, in case anyone's
Hold on, I'll put you
curious.
up.
There we go. He's a little guy. He's got some sparkles
Oh,
on him.
that's
This is one of the
beautiful.
characters from the story also. And yeah, if you're not familiar with Sacrimony, you can actually buy the books in this campaign too, because like why not? I have them sitting around. I might as well like try to get some new people interested in it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean it's a fantasy story, but it doesn't feel like your typical Tolkien fantasy story. It's more of like kind of like a personal story because I think, oh man, how do I explain it? Well, like it came together kind of like after 9/11 happened, because like I don't know if you noticed, but I look a certain way that like I look like the guys that did 9/11 is what I've been told, which is pretty
Okay.
horrible. So yeah, I mean this girl has demon wings, and you know people want to kill her because of the way she looks. So like
Right.
I kind of channeled that into
I
a
see what you're
story.
saying. Okay.
Yeah, so like that was kind of the foundation of it. Like this character that looks like quote unquote bad, that is not actually bad. But
Mm.
like, you know, people because they have this misconception of what, you know,
Other
a person,
people, yeah.
yeah, because of what that person looks like, you know, they automatically say like, oh, well, this is a bad person. We want to kill her. And then it's like, it's about her mom, who's like a single immigrant mom, trying to keep her protected and not have to tell her like, you know, you have to hide your wings because people will want to kill you. She tries to make a game of it like, oh, well, you know, everyone's playing a game and you have to hide your wings for as long as possible and then you'll get a prize. Because it's like, how do you break the news to your kid that like
Yeah.
people hate the way you look? So, you know, they say write what you know, and like that's what I did. Like that's a story that I can relate to.
That's actually the way you go. You know, you take stuff you know, and you do stuff with it.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, you can get like the digital books if you're not into like physical books. The digital bundle is actually like 210 pages. It's $15 because like I don't believe in overcharging people for digital because like
Right.
it doesn't cost me to print, but it's like, you know, you buying the digital book will help me get some cat food for my cats. Like, you know,
I
fair
like
trade.
that. So I see you're doing here a digital portrait commission. So you're actually doing some commissions for people if they
Oh,
do.
whoops. I messed that up. That's supposed to be a full body commission. Haha.
Oh, okay.
But I should change
Well,
that.
you do have a full body here.
Yeah, because I have a tier for portrait and I have a tier for full body. Thank you for catching that. Like, man, I am so out of it. I'll fix that later. But yeah, it's a full body commission. Basically, like people, if they want me to draw their D&D character, or like, you know, people have had me draw their pets or, you know, family
Aw.
members or whatever. Like, it's always super sweet when I get to do stuff that's like done as a gift. So it's like I had a couple who both like bought a full body commission and then they wanted to be drawn on like the same piece, like hugging each other and stuff. Like, cool stuff. I like doing that.
Ah,
So-
so you
Wait,
added-
most
cool.
importantly,
Yes, the
Mhm.
timeline.
the timeline.
So yeah, I mean,
People want to know.
yes, I finally remembered. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to like just do a little bit of everything here because it's like, yes, I have the pins, but I have all of these other things. Like I have
Yeah.
the books, I have commissions. There's like lots of swag.
Yeah, folks, go check this out. These pins look fantastic. I'm looking for some
Also
money.
read Sacrimony because it's a very good story. If you want a story with a lot
definitely.
of heart that's like too real sometimes, there's a lot of like social commentary. There's a lot of like satire. Yes, Buddy and Friend will be available as an add-on as well. If you want something a little less depressing.
I like Buddy and Friend.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You know, it really reminds me of D&D, and you know, sometimes when you're not getting enough D&D.
Yeah, people have said that it feels like a D&D campaign where everyone rolls a 1, and it's like, yeah, that checks.
That's what I like about it because that's what I usually roll when I'm not DM. When I'm DM, I roll really well, which is bad for the players.
Oh man, did I ever tell you about the time that a friend commissioned me to do like a full body thing of his character that he was gonna play in a game that I DM'd?
Uh-oh.
And he died in my game to like the first encounter. And I felt like the biggest monster ever. I was like, I felt so terrible. I tried to like write in a way to like bring the characters back to life because I was just like, this can't happen. This guy paid me so much money to draw his character, and I, as the DM, killed him off.
Yeah, that's gonna happen to me. I already know it.
It happens, folks, but you know, at least
Don't
in
let
my
your
game,
artist DM ever. It's
Let
terrible.
Ralph DM.
You're ruining people's lives.
Ralph is the reason why I can't play Baldur's Gate without fearing mimics everywhere.
Oh man.
everywhere is a mimic. I like
man.
mimic.
At cons, me and the people that I used to table with, like, we had an ongoing joke where it's like, you know, like if someone would get up to use the bathroom, they'd be like, you know, watch the table. If I don't return, avenge me. So then we're like starting to think that like the con toilets are actually mimics. So then it turned into, instead of like, you know, I'm going to use the bathroom, it's like, all right, guys, I'm going to go fight the mimic. I'll be back.
See, as a DM, the best thing to do in the world is to like allude to the fact that there might be mimics, and then watch the chaos that ensues.
Oh my god.
Because they won't trust anything ever.
Don't you love inflicting real life psychic damage to your players?
This is why Ralph is banned from things.
No, this is why Ralph should DM. I would love to see Ralph DM.
He's supposed to DM. In fact, we're supposed to start our own campaign that is pre-recorded
Yes, we are.
for your lovely pleasure and edited by yours truly.
Oh, fun.
We're going to be starting a game soon. I'm working on it now, and
Does it include the therapy sessions after?
Huh?
Does it include the therapy sessions after?
No, it only includes reality checks and everything we do.
Oh, also,
include a therapy session.
Is there a safe word?
Yeah.
No.
Run.
Get out.
Good safe word.
Oh man. All right, folks. Phil, tell everybody all the good stuff, where they can find you and all that good stuff while I put your tragedy Kickstarter back up on the screen. Go.
It's on Kickstarter right now. Tragedy Chapters 1 through 5 collective volume. You can also go to Philbo Publishing on Facebook, Philbo_Publishing on Instagram, or you could follow me, Phil Russertt, on Facebook and Instagram. I appreciate everyone's support, and hope that you guys give it a shot, and I think you'll like it. And please support everybody else on the panel.
Yeah. Well, one last thing, Phil, because I know you didn't get a chance to talk about it, and it was the last thing on your thing here. Hold on.
Well, I did most of the talking, though, so it's all right.
Well, I really like what you're doing with Papa, so I want you to talk about it.
So my father is 77 years old, and God bless him, he benches 165 pounds a day. But he has stage 4 cancer, and it came out of nowhere. And unfortunately, he has tumors that they can do chemo, but there's something called a pleural space. I mean, you may not know what it is, but there's this space with this fluid outside the wall of your lung, and that is cancerous, and that cannot be treated with chemo. So we don't really know what to expect here, but it's not good. And I wrote this graphic novel, 110 pages, 5 22-page chapters, called Papa. When I wrote it at the time, it must have been subconscious. I was just writing a story, but it winds up, I was writing about me and my dad, and that's my daughter, my oldest daughter, you know, pictured there. And it's deeper than there's more to it than I can tell you because there's spoilers, but it's about a father and son who are not getting along. It's about the sacrifices parents make, especially fathers, that go unnoticed, that people, you know, it's easy to complain about your parents, but you don't know what they're doing, you know, the suffering or the compromises or the sacrifices they've made to help you in your life. And let's just say that Papa is not what he appears to be. And there's a villain, and there's issues that go on, and Papa's going to show you just what you'll do to sacrifice to save and protect your family.
I have to say, I got a chance to read this, and Phil does a great job with this. It feels like a family is going through some issues, and it pulls on the heartstrings. And like Phil said, there's a lot of surprises in this, so you guys should really check this out when Phil puts it out. When do you think that's happening?
Well, that's the thing, because we don't know what's going on with my dad. It could be a year, it could be 5 years. We don't know. I would like to try to get out as soon as possible, but the problem is, if I don't fund, and it's going to be like a $12,000 to $15,000 campaign, which is crazy. I don't anticipate it funding, to be honest with you. I just don't think people are going to come out like that. But then I can't afford to make the book, and my dad would love to see it while he's still here, and I'd love to have it for him, but I'm at the mercy of people's, pledges. So I'm working on pages. I have 3 pages done right now as samples. I have the 2 covers. I would like to try for November, December launch. I wanted to try for Veterans Day in November launch. But it is hard because I need to get the money up to pay for these pages. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll do the best I can.
That's exactly why I wanted to talk about this, because I wanted to start getting the word out there. Folks,
Thank
you want to help people out, or you want to help things out, you want a good cause, you want a good book with a good family story, then this is it right here. You can do a lot of good with supporting this book.
Thanks, Raph. I appreciate it.
All right, folks. Mr. Nat, what do we got?
Welcome, everybody, to the part of the show where Nat blitzes through 12 Kickstarters, all in a matter of minutes. Your host today will be Nathan. So first off, we have Roseborn Manor, which is a horror anthology series. This is by our good friends at Bad Bugs. You can find some of them over at New York Comic Con this weekend. And this isn't the only book that they're doing. They are also doing Death Knell, and also another Bad Bugs story. This time, a little bit about a necromancer who's in high school. You can find a couple of our artists, such as Bitsy Tandem, down below in the cover section. We cannot scroll on this page, so we continue on to the next person who you could see at New York Comic Con, which will be The Dancer, made by Kat Calamia. She's already funded. Go ahead and check her out. She's down to the hours, folks. If you don't fund it before New York Comic Con starts, you won't be able to get access to this unless she has it at her table. Moving on forward to the next person, Grandma Chainsaw by our good folks over at Source Point Press, who you can find at New York Comic Con. They have a nice 1-3 slasher chainsaw series about a grandma who runs with a chainsaw. Epic story, great fight, and Jordan won't stop talking about it. Then, if you check out Red Sea Legend, if you like Yu-Gi-Oh!, this is now a comic about people with Yu-Gi-Oh! And their monsters that they summon throughout the world. You can check out their amazing artwork, check out their amazing covers, and most importantly, they are associated, I won't reach it in time, but they are associated with Lunar Smoke, who works with Shadow Rabbit, who also has a Kickstarter going on that you can support as well. If you like space cowgirls in fighting off werewolves and monsters, go ahead and support them. They also had recently finished another series called Jungle Smoke. That one was about a hunter in the jungle. Can you believe the titles we are reading? Moving on forward, we have Cthulhu Murderers, Heirs of the Dark Heart, #1. This is basically Cthulhu solving murders. Wonderful story, great adventures, and we keep on going down the line to Tentacle Kitty. Tentacle Kitty is a good friend of ours, and she has a currently cottage core. Look at those numbers rise,
goodness.
folks.
Jesus Christ.
You can see, you can get yourself some Tentacle Kitties in a bunch of cottage core fashions, such as your mushrooms, your witches, and your little pumpkin heads.
Dude,
and finally, we will be getting Ryoko's Guide to the Magical Realms with only 11 hours left, and you can get yourself an amazing campaign. Thank you so much for listening.
Dude, look at it go.
Amazing.
Blazing Minute.
Dude, that system looks fantastic. It's something that I haven't seen before. I'm looking for money for it, but there's no way. And of course, Tentacle Kitty, they're gonna be there this weekend at New York Comic Con. This Kickstarter looks bad. Yeah.
Wow.
And they fund it quick. Yeah, they have glow in the dark Tentacle Kitties.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They're all so beautiful.
Oh, they're so cute.
I'm fairly certain we're gonna see her when we go to the con.
Well, one of the other, he or she should be there. I hit them up to see if they're going to. If anything, we will talk to them at the convention, so we'll see what happens. Look at them. Oh, look at the glow in the dark.
They're beautiful. I want all of them.
Wow.
I don't have any
Oh,
room
yeah.
or money for them, but I still want them.
Oh, believe me, like they had a D&D tentacle kitty like a while back, and I just had to get at least my oh, I don't
Oh
have
yes,
her
bring
back
it here. Let's see it.
here. I thought I had her back here. Where the hell did she go? All right.
Did Leilani take her?
She comes to life when you're sleeping, so she'll be there later.
There you go. My daughter's played with my tentacle kitty.
Aw.
Oh, but it's they do great. They're soft, they're cuddly, they're unique. And I think the tentacle kitty is trying to make it so that you can have what you want as your tentacle kitty.
So I could
think
get
we
my
weren't supposed
cats
to leak
as kitties?
Maybe.
My goodness.
I'm fairly certain we were
That's
not supposed to
dangerous.
leak that, Ralph.
Oh, what happened? Who said what? I heard nothing.
It's a good thing we have a small audience.
All right. Thank you, Nat. That was amazing. I gotta say, dude, you did great.
Thank you.
I did not
Customer
see that
service
coming.
all day, you know?
I see the customer service is helping you out. I do feel I think Des has her Kickstarter. Here it is. All right, I'll put this up so you guys can see.
Just take the screen. There we go.
Des has her Kickstarter, and of course these guys are cute as heck. She's doing pins, and I think as the numbers go up on her pledges, she releases another pin. Right now I'm happy because my little bat with the pizza is the first pin that's been released.
Bat with the pizza, nice.
And I have to get my bat with the pizza because these guys look cute. Look at them. I think let's see over here. There you go. So right now unlocked is our bat with the pizza, and you got the taco bat and the milk bat and the Hawaiian pizza bat.
I'm kind of vibing with the taco bat.
See, look, it looks cute. It's Hawaiian pizza.
It's an abomination.
How dare? No, Hawaiian pizza is delicious.
Hawaiian pineapple does not belong on pizza.
I will throw hands at you, sir.
Ooh.
I will not accept this Canadian manufactured monstrosity to be associated with the blessing that New York has enabled to the world.
As you can see, as she progresses up, as you guys keep helping her with funding, each one opens up another bat. So you guys want to help her get all these cute bats. Come on. And of course, she has other stuff because Des is always working hard, and stickers and digital PDFs and more stickers. And look at these pillows. Oh.
That's cool.
I think you guys got the idea that I like cute stuff.
There is no shame in that, my friend.
Nope, not at all.
Good.
So go check out Des's Kickstarter. She's funded already, but we want to get her up there and release some more of those bats. Come on. There we go. $5.90, 18 backers, 8 days to go. Come on, folks.
Yeah, get it to like 2,000. It's like I hate it when people are like, "Oh, well, it's already funded. They don't need my help." And it's like, yeah, but you need cool stuff. Like, help fund cool things.
I want to say something because I know you guys all have done Kickstarters. We all know that sometimes you do not put the price up there. You just want it to fund. So just because you fund it doesn't mean that they have the money they need.
Yeah, dude. Actually, like printing enamel pins is pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So it's like, you'll make like $500 and then you still have to pay like, $200 or $300 out of pocket just to get these things done.
Exactly.
But like nobody ever talks about that.
No.
I talk about it.
Good. I appreciate you. I will still throw hands over pizza, but like I appreciate.
People have to remember, Kickstarter takes their 11% off of that, and shipping is included in that money. So that $5.90, you have to take out the shipping, printing, Kickstarter's percentage. They're not making money.
Also,
so
contingency if things go wrong. You always have to set aside like a contingency budget in case like prices go up or like something gets damaged in shipping and you have to ship it out again. It's like it's a whole thing.
Nobody's making money off of Kickstarter, people,
Yeah.
except for the big companies.
Except for Kickstarter.
Because they're doing millions.
Yeah, Kickstarter's making money off of Kickstarter.
Oh, Kickstarter makes a lot of money off of
Yeah,
Kickstarter. Speaking of
Sure,
New York
Yoko's is making
Comic-Con,
money.
speaking of New York Comic-Con and Dirk Manning, who's going to be at New York Comic-Con, here is Dirk Manning's Volume 2 of Hope. Hope is a fantastic little book of superheroes. And you guys should check this out. Hope. I love Hope. Dude, I don't have no words for this. Just go check it out. And sign yourself up to be notified, because like I said, signing up to be notified helps so much. And if you're going to New York Comic-Con, go say hi to Dirk Manning, like I'm going to. And I think that's everything, folks. Look at that. We are only at the 120 mark. We did good.
Yeah,
we're
it's
all tired and we need to go to bed.
Yeah, it's midnight and I'm about to turn into a pumpkin.
Exactly.
That's what happens at midnight.
And then Phil, Nat, and I, and well, you're not there tomorrow, Lee, right?
No, I probably won't be there till Saturday.
Okay. So Phil, Nat, and
Are you not coming?
I knew Nat was going to say something.
Are you not coming?
He's going to be there Saturday.
What am I supposed to be doing before?
No,
then?
Sorcier.
Me?
Oh, Sorcier, no.
Oh no, I'm sleeping. Like I can't afford Comic-Con.
Yeah,
I didn't say afford. I said you're not coming.
Oh, I see what you did there. But no, I'll probably be sleeping.
Are you forgetting the New Yorker way?
Like how I get onto the train, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my God. All right, folks.
Listen, all I'm saying, the fire escape door might be open.
Oh, you gotta love Nat.
I don't know
Folks,
what's
there you
going
have
on.
it. Check out all these things happening, especially we're going to be there on Saturday, 6:30, room 408. Go check out the designated radio play. Go check out Phil Russertt's Tragedy, which is a fantastic book. And this is the best time to jump in because it's a trade paperback that's putting together 5 of the books. And, you know, I know you people love trade paperbacks, so go support Phil. Make sure Sorcier gets these pins done because I want one.
Excellent. Also, read Sacrimony. I didn't mention, but I do all of the art and the writing and the lettering and everything behind the book. So, like, I don't get a lot of sleep, which is why I'll be sleeping this weekend. And
Folks,
yeah,
she can't even afford to pay herself.
It's true.
It's all because you keep buying pineapple on
honestly,
pizza.
like,
I'm telling you.
I joke about it,
Get
but
rid
it's
of the pineapple, and you're fine.
it's like I don't get a livable page rate for making my own comic, and like that's incredibly messed up.
It is sad though, but it's so true.
Yeah,
because you're doing all that work and you're not getting paid for it.
It's a labor of love, and probably insanity, and insomnia.
All right, folks, there you have it. This has been The Written Writ. It is time to go. It is late. We need to head off to go sleep and go to New York Comic Con.
Or not.
Or not.
Hey. We said go to New York Comic Con, not pay for New York Comic Con.
I still might be sleeping. Like, I don't know.
That's true.
I'll weigh my options.
See, Nat shouldn't be talking because what is he going to be doing tomorrow while I'm in New York Comic Con? Sleeping.
Oh.
I'm sleeping for the morning. You know I'm showing up.
You'll be there later in the day, yeah, but you're still going to be sleeping in the morning. Well, I'm going to be all over the place, especially Phil. I feel sorry for Phil. He has to be there like really early.
Yeah, I'll be leaving. I'll be getting up at 5, leaving by 6. Hopefully, get there by 8.
I felt like a deep visceral pain when you said be up at 5.
Yeah.
Like,
Believe me, I'm not looking forward to it.
Like my spirit just left my body on your behalf.
I'm not looking forward to it. Like I said, and tomorrow I'll be 51. I'd like to sleep late, but it's not going to happen.
Hey, at least you're not waiting on the line.
Also, happy birthday.
Yeah,
thank you.
Oh, wait, it is 12. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Phil. Happy birthday to you.
Those people have a lock on that song. But happy birthday, Phil.
Are you 1?
Thank you
are
for
you
the sentiment.
Are you 3? Are you 4? Are you
5?
You guys are gonna be there for a while.
Just leave it as I'm ancient.
There you go. So when you see Phil tomorrow at New York Comic Con, go, happy birthday, Phil.
No. Hand me free art.
Ooh, I like that.
Birthday
That sounds
gifts,
good.
expensive birthday gifts.
Does it need to be legal art?
Ooh.
Always the next question. Yeah.
Oh my
You read
God.
my mind.
All right, folks, there you have it. Have a nice day. And just because I like this.
Join us.